Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can work with APIs in Python. Okay, so first of all, APIs are called they are called application programming interfaces. Okay, so A stands for application, P programming, and I interface, S interfaces. Okay, so they are a set of defined rules that enable different applications, systems, or services to communicate with each other, and they allow developers to access specific data or functionality from another system or service and integrate it into their own application. Okay, so the key characteristics of these APIs is that they have the interface, and the APIs provide for that, APIs provide a well-defined interface for interacting with a system or service. And another one, they have a request. They have a request response. So they provide a request to response. Okay, they provide they handle request and they respond. Okay, and they provide a response. So APIs typically use a request response model, and where a client sends a request to the API and receives a response. Okay, and they are standardized. Okay, and these ones, the APIs use standardized protocols and data formats. For example, HTTP, JSON, or XML, and others. Okay, to interact to carry out their work. Okay. So, and we have different types of APIs. We have web APIs that are accessed over the web and often using HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, and we have the operating system APIs, and these ones provide access to the operating system functionality. For example, the file input, output, I/O, or network operations. Okay, and another one is the library APIs, and these ones provide access to the specific library or a framework. Okay, and let us see how it works. And these ones, the client request, a client. Okay, when the client makes a request, the client application, when the client is making a request, that application he or she is using sends a request to the API specifying the desired action or data. Okay, and the API processes the request and performs the desired action or retrieves retrieves the requested data. Okay, and the API sends a response back to the client containing the requested data or results. Okay, and these APIs they benefit a lot. Okay, so let us try to see how we can use them in Python. So to use these APIs, we are going to first see how we can use the HTTP module. Okay. So let us start. We have had a lot of theory. So let us go into the practical part. We like practicals, we programmers. Okay, so let us start. So with these ones, when working with the APIs, we use the get, post, upload, delete requests. Those are the methods, okay, we use. Okay, so let us take a look at the HTTP module. We are going to see the HTTP module and the requests module. Okay, so let us take a look at the HTTP module. So to use the HTTP module, we first import it. So we import the HTTP, but in the HTTP we want to use the client. Okay, so client. Okay, this module, we want to use the client module. Okay, this is the module inside this HTTP. Okay, this client is inside the HTTP. So we want to use .client. .client, it's like a class. Okay, so let us use the client. So we are going to use it as HC. Okay, HTTP client. So let us use it as the CS for client. Okay. Oh no, Control Z. So let us use it as like that. So first of all, we need to create a connection. So let us store it in a variable. So we create it using c.http connection, which is the HTTP, which is the client dot connection. Then the connection, we provide the domain. Okay, where we can press. So let us create this one is called the domain, which is equals to, we provide the domain. So for you are going to be working with JSON placeholder, JSON place holder. Okay, that one will be yours. JSON placeholder dot typicode. Okay, typicode.com. Okay, that one for you will be working with that one. But for me, I don't have online. I don't have internet connection here. So not connected, I don't have internet connection, so I'm going to use my own API. So here I created my own API. It is right here. I used the Node.js. Okay, I use Node.js and the Express framework. Okay, so here I have my data. So if I try to refresh, here it is running on localhost port 3000, and the endpoint is get data. Okay, so I'm going to bring it here. So mine, so here mine, yeah. For you are going to use the domain, that one, eh? Mine equals to this one. It is called localhost, and port it is 3000. Okay, that one. Okay, so here we are going to pass them. So me, I'm going to pass in mine, and you are going to pass in this domain. Okay, you just write there, domain. Okay, that one. Okay, so but for me, let me change it to mine. Okay, to mine, like that, yeah, to mine. So after doing that, we are going to send a get request. So to send a get request, we do like this: con dot request dot, we use the request, then we provide the method. The method we are going to use, we want to get that data, so we are going to use the get method. Then we want to specify the endpoint. So for me, the endpoint, it is a get, it is get request. So let us make this one. So this one, endpoint, this is your endpoint. Yours it will be slash posts. Yours will be like that, but my endpoint will be it is going to be get, it is going to be slash get that, like that, yeah. It will be, the mine is going to be this one. So for me, I'm going to change this one. For you, just type there endpoint, use that one. Okay, but for me, I'm going to use my endpoint. I'm going to use that one. Okay, so after doing that, we need to get the response. So to get the response, we use we store it, the response we store it in the variable, and we get the connection. We tell it to get us the response. So get the response, it's going to get us the response. So after getting it the response, it is going to store it in this variable response, called response. After that, we are going to print our data. So let us print out the response. We are going to read the data dot read. We are going to read that data, read. After that, we are going to decode. We read that data, then we decode. Remember, it is in JSON format, so we are going to decode like that. So after doing that, we are going to run our file. So let us bring the terminal. We verify if our file is there. So okay, it is there, os.py. So we run our program. So py os.py, like that. So bang, we are able to get our data. Are you seeing? It is here. All our data is there. Okay, it is here. Fname Rashid, sname Omar, as it is here on the web. Okay, Fname Rashid, sname blah 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 blah. Okay, so that is it. Okay, but before you could try, there is a certain error that might come. Yeah, you can try out and get this domain, then plus add there. You can. So after this domain, add slash posts, this one, here, and then put it in the browser without these ones, and test if you will get this data like the one I've got. This one, I don't have internet connection. I would have tested it, but I don't have internet connection. Okay, so that's how we can use it. That's okay. So let us take a look at how we can make post requests. Okay, how we can post the data to an API, how we can send data to an API. Okay, using the HTTP module. Okay, so to use it, we are going to get, here we have our domain, or call it the URL. This one, it is the URL. Okay, it is the URL, the domain. So plus this one, it is our endpoint. Okay, this is the endpoint. Mine, this is yours, endpoint. So here we are going to change the endpoint. So your endpoint, mine is going to be the same. This, the endpoint, your endpoint, it is going to be different. Okay, so your endpoint is going to be, different. So you are going to use posts. Yeah, but you use posts. Yeah, use posts. Then here I'm going to use get data. For me, it is going to change. So let me go and check. and check my endpoint that I'm going to use here. My endpoint, it is called posts. Then here mine is called post data. Okay, so post data, so mine is post data. My endpoint, it is post data. Okay, so for you, you are going to remain with this one, posts. Then here we are going to make a request, a HTTP. We are going to create HTTP object. Okay, so this one we create it using our URL. Okay, then after we are going to set the headers. Okay, so from here, before that, let us set the headers. Okay, the headers. So headers, so we create for called headers. Then we are going to provide it in form of a dictionary. So here we need to first provide the content dash type, content type. We're going to specify that it is application slash JSON. So let me first write my header here. Then accept it should be we need to accept application then application date slash JSON. Want to accept JSON. This is the JSON data. So here we set the authorization. So bearer, no, we should, even if we don't set the authorization, but let us set it. Control Z. So authorization. So authorization, we need to set it to what? Let us set it to bearer. Then we set your API key. Okay, you can have your API key here, okay, so if that API requires a key, okay, so your API key there. Then from there, for me, I don't have, we don't need this authorization, so I'm not going to put emphasis on it. So we need to send a post request. So to send a post request, we are going to use this one, our connection dot request. We make a request dot get. What are we going to get? No, here we are going to post. Okay, we are going to post. Okay, then we need to provide the endpoints. Okay, so here for you, you are going to change and write here endpoint. Okay, but for me, I'm using my endpoint, so change to endpoint. Okay, so after there, we are going to write our JSON data. So JSON data is going to be here. JSON data, it is going to be there. Then here we are going to put our headers. Okay, our headers there. Okay, so we can also do this headers. Then we provide our headers there. So from there, we need to create our JSON data. Okay, so we are going to create our JSON data. So here we come here above here and we create the data. So data equals in form of a dictionary also. So here for you, you are going to have this data. So title, and it is going to be title. It is going to be example post, like that. Okay. So here down here we're going to have the body here, and it is going to be this is an example. Okay, so from there we're going to have a user ID. So user ID, it is going to be 1. This is your data. Okay, this is your data. This one is your data. This one is my data. Okay, because we are using different APIs, so this one is my data. Okay, so my data is going to be, so me, I need f name. So f name, which is equals to Rashid. Mine is simple. Yeah, so you should learn how to create APIs. You should learn how to create APIs so that you can test yours. So this is s name, and this s name is Omar, and here we have age. Okay, so age, this one takes age, so age it will be 17. Like there, I'm not 17. Okay, so after there we have created our request. So here in the JSON data, for you, what you are going to use your data, that one, your data. Okay, but for me, because we are using different APIs, I'm going to use my data. Okay, there. So after doing that, what else? We are going to get the response. Okay, so to get the response, we get it like this: connection dot get a response. Okay, then the response. Then from there, after getting the response, we are going to print the response. Okay, read the response. Okay, I'm sure we are going to get different responses. Okay, so here con dot cross. Let us cross our connection. I forgot to show you that, so let us cross our connection. Okay, okay, but before we run our program, we forgot to do something. Yeah, we forgot, here our program, here our data, here under the headers, we are taking the application, we are taking JSON data. Okay, but here our data is not in a JSON format. Here I see this one, my data. Okay, even your data, even this one, your data, they are not in a JSON format. Okay, so we need to convert this data in a JSON format. So here we are going to return JSON data there. Okay, so here we are going to get our JSON data, our JSON underscore data is going to be equals to the JSON. Let us first import the JSON module here. Okay, so let us import the JSON module. So that one will help to convert our data into a JSON format. Okay, so here we are going to use it JSON dot dumps to convert it, dumps, and even the name of our data. So here for you are going to use your data, that one, your data, but for me I'm going to use my data. Okay, my data there. So after doing that, and even all of this one, we are going to save our file. So after saving our file, we're going to go into the terminal here and we run our program. So os.py, press enter. Are you seeing what we are getting? We are getting message, this one, data has been received. So this is the information that my server that I created returns. Okay, yours can be different. Okay, so this is what I get. So that's how you can communicate with APIs using the HTTP module. I will make another video when I'm using the requests module. Okay, but I'll make it in the later video. Okay, so first wait, I will make that video. Okay, so you first need to use the HTTP module. After mastering the HTTP module, you know what the request module does. Okay, you will know what the request module does after learning the HTTP client module. Okay, so that's it. Okay, thank you.